In this courtroom hearing, a serious sentencing decision takes place before Judge Boyd, involving a defendant with a long history of criminal behavior. The case centers around drug-related charges, where the defendant has already pleaded guilty. At the beginning of the hearing, the defendant tries to explain his situation and asks the court for mercy. He mentions that he needs to take care of his sick mother and requests probation instead of prison time. However, his explanation does not strongly influence the court's decision. As the hearing continues, Judge Boyd carefully reviews the defendant's background and previous record. It becomes clear that this is not his first offense. The judge points out that the defendant has repeatedly chosen illegal activities instead of finding stable and honest work. He also admits that he was selling drugs to make quick money, which raises serious concerns in the courtroom. Judge Boyd responds firmly but clearly. She explains that his actions show a pattern of bad decisions, and this cannot be ignored anymore. Despite the defendant's request for a lighter punishment, the judge decides that a strong sentence is necessary to reflect the seriousness of the crime and to prevent future offenses. In the end, the court sentences the defendant to 9 years in prison. The judge also gives him a strong warning, saying that if he commits any future felony after release, he could face a much longer mandatory prison term. Before closing the case, Judge Boyd encourages the defendant to use his time in prison to reflect on his choices and focus on improving his life and relationships, especially with his family. The hearing ends with a serious reminder of the consequences of repeated criminal actions.